сказал, что здесь медведи и лосось, и я не вижу здесь воды. Где вода?
Interesting conditions for underwater photography. There's no water. So we've come down to a river system near Cape Town with a Russian who's more used to salmon and bears than what we're looking for today. And we've come down with Dr. Jeremy Sheldon, who is very used to redfin minnows. And that's what he's trying to find at the moment.
My name's Jeremy and I'm a freshwater biologist, been working on these rivers for probably too long now. And we're on top of the mountains outside Cape Town, and Cape Town's in the midst of a water crisis. We've had 3 years of drought and we've spent most of the summer trying to figure out ways to make enough water available. But there's another side to the story, which is what's going on beneath the surface, and there's a whole nother group of water users that most people don't know about. And that includes the fish like the little redfins that also need water to survive. In the conservation of these freshwater ecosystems, we are attempting this balancing act of leaving enough water in the rivers for the biodiversity to stay alive and to have enough water for ourselves to drink as well. So let's go snorkeling and see if we can find some.
Come up here with Jody, who's working with Jem on these fish right here in these rivers. So I really want to introduce you to her, and she's going to tell us about the giant redfin minnows.
My PhD research is starting to address questions on why climate change is affecting freshwater fish species, and I'll be looking specifically at the giant redfin. And we know that without habitat, fish can't exist, and so there are specific requirements for these fish. All of those are really important in terms of climate change and how these fish, or which habitats they're able to colonize. So today is a scoping study, and we'll be looking at whether we can find them to begin with.
Let's dive in and have a look. Sure, that is so beautiful. You put a mask and a snorkel on and you really see how beautiful it is under there. There are fish everywhere, but they're so shy. They're pretty small. These seems to be the juveniles. It's really hard to get shots. But these fish need the fresh water as much as the Cape Townians do.
We saw lots of fish, and this is really one of the last places where these fish live, where they still have lots of this beautiful, clean, fresh water flowing out of the mountains. And the future conservation of redfins like the giant redfin depends on us leaving enough water in rivers like this for them to survive, you know, because about 90% of rivers in the Fynbos are abstracted. All the water's taken out in summer, so no fish can survive if there's no water. So we need to be mindful of which places we need to leave some water in the rivers, you know.
The crazy thing is the only ones are here are the only ones on the planet.
Yeah. How can you like describe endemic more intimately? There are no degrees of endemicity. Either you're endemic or you're not.
Yeah, this, like literally this water.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. I mean, yeah. Mission accomplished.